I think now we can start our presentation. Welcome for the IPAS Plus info session. Here you can find some rules, housekeeping rules, so that this presentation can run smoothly. Please note that this presentation will be recorded, and you will have time to ask questions after the presentation, and even you can put your questions in the chat during our presentation. Together with myself, I'm Mark, and I take care of this IPAS Plus together with Lily, that will present the option B of the IPAS Plus. For those who have never came through this funding scheme opportunity, the IPAS Plus program is divided into two options. Option A will give opportunities for collaborative initiatives between Maltese entities and at least one foreign entity of proven track record of excellence, while option B will give opportunity to Maltese entities who intend to submit the Horizon Europe proposal as the coordinator of the consortium to engage a service provider, so that will help to submit the proposal. The application, you can find application and documents on the MCST website. And for this year, the budget is 150,000. We will have another call in Q3 around September, October of this year. And through these 7 years that we are launching the IPAS Plus, we have awarded around 700,000 euro. The deadline of this call is the 22nd April of this year. Let's go through the option A. As I was saying, option A would give the applicants the opportunity for collaborative initiatives between Maltese entities and at least one international entity. The proposal should describe the nature of the joint activity that would be funded through this award. Some examples of funded activities: joint teaching curricula for masters and PhD students, short-term placements for Maltese students to conduct research abroad, strategic and targeted visits by local academics and researchers to foreign institutions, seminars or workshops on a particular research area in Malta, and the development of transnational research and innovation proposals for the submission of third-party funders as Horizon Europe and IPAS and Agri. You can apply for a maximum of 6,000 euro, and each applicant is invited to provide a breakdown on the anticipated cost to carry out the proposed internationalization activities. The eligible costs for option A are the flights, where there is a capping of 1,000 for EU flights and 2,000 for non-EU flights, the travel insurance, the subsistence allowance, catering for events that are going to be held in Malta, and information and promotional material, and also the publications related to the project that we can fund for up to 1,500. This we have included this year because before publications were not in the eligible costs. Mela, the award holders are responsible for arranging all relevant activities and we encourage the supplementary of the partners that will be included with this award. Mela, an important point is that funds cannot be transferred to the international partners. Only the applicants can use the funds that are awarded under IPAS Plus Part A. What are the evaluation criteria that the independent evaluators will take into consideration? There is the quality of the project, the strength and partnership and leadership. They will take into consideration past achievements that there was with the partners, but we encourage also new partnerships that can foster closer ties between local and international institutions. And the third evaluation criteria is the outcomes and sustainability of the project. All criteria are weighted equally, and obviously priority will be given to well-defined proposals. The award can be completed in 1 year from the start date. It is important and very important that the activities and deliverables do not start before the grant agreement is signed by the legal representative of the awardee and the beneficiary. When the project is ready, you have 30 days to send the final report together with the financials and the relevant receipts. That's all regarding Part A. Now I will leave the floor to Lily to present the option B of IPAS Plus.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lily. I'm a national contact point for the Horizon Europe program. So option B is related to the Horizon Europe program. Basically, here we'll give you the opportunity to hire external proposal writer or external consultant in the cases where you are interested to submit an application for the Horizon Europe program as coordinator. Okay, that's very important. So not just the beneficiary, but you have to be coordinator to be eligible to benefit from the option B. Here, though, you can be coordinator even in the mono-beneficiary actions, such actions that do not require other partners, other beneficiaries to be part of the proposals. These are, for example, the MSCA postdoctoral fellowships, the European Research Council grants, the EIC accelerator, and also coordination and support actions of the Horizon Europe program. Next slide, please. So what we provide here is up to 6,000 euros. And what is eligible? So you can get the proposal writer or the consultant who will help you draft the application or polish it. And up to 500 euros in this amount, up to from the 6,000 euros can be used also for a graphic designer. So to make the application looking more attractive, maybe you will need some special charts or images. So up to 500 euros are eligible for this additional expense. I just need to inform you that for those of you who are from the University of Malta, there is an internal rule there. It is not from us, from MCST, it is internal rule due to procurement. And if you're only going to use the support for the consultant, for the proposal writer, then you have to go for up to 5,875. But this is something that you can clarify there with the project support office and RSSD team as well. So we have some exceptions. For example, if you're applying for MSCA postdoctoral fellowship, then the grant is kept up to 2,500 euros. And this is due to the fact that the application is very short. And from past experiences, we saw that the consultants actually are charging much less for this type of application. So we reduced the grant in order to give more opportunities for more applications to be funded here in option B. Also, if you have already applied and you are using the 6,000 for ERC, European Research Council, and you have been invited to the interview stage, then you get a top-up grant automatically of another 3,000 euros in order to prepare for this interview. Another thing, another novelty this year is that if you're applying for a two-stage proposal in Horizon Europe, okay, because there are some calls that are one stage, so meaning the full submission of the application form, and there are other calls that are two-stage, so where you will be submitting a shorter version of the application, and if the Commission gives you the go-ahead, then you will submit the full version. If this is the case, you will be automatically granted additional 6,000 euros for this full second stage proposal. But this is only the case if you applied with us for initially with the first stage. Next slide, please, Mark. So what do we evaluate? What do we look in these proposals? The application form is very simple, very short. You can see it actually on the MCST website. You can have a look, but we look at the excellence of the proposed idea. It's a very short summary that we're requesting here. We are not requesting the full application form, of course, of the Horizon Europe project, just a very short summary. Then we also need to look a bit at the track record of the consultants that you're proposing. What we need to see is that these consultants actually have experience in Horizon 2020 or Horizon Europe now, and even more if they have been successful in helping other applications. And also another point is for those calls where there will be the need of other partners, we also look at the proposed consortium partners as well. So the reporting, just the same like option A, you will have 1 year to implement the activities. Basically, you can apply now for a call that is later on this year, or let's say early next year. You can start preparing early and apply for option B from now. But then you have 1 year to get the consultant, to polish the application, and so on. That is the maximum time. Of course, you can do it even quicker. And then we need the final report to be submitted within 30 days after. What do we need? We will need then the template, which is the final report template, just some questions there. Then we will need the invoices for the payments that you have done to the consultants or to the graphic designer. And we also need the proof of submission of the proposal to the European Commission. Basically, once you submit your proposal through the funding and tenders portal, you will receive an automatic notification that the proposal has been submitted, and we just need a copy of this email. And also we need a copy of the submitted proposal. The eligibility, who is eligible? Basically, any legal entity established in Malta, and you need to be a staff member of this entity in order to apply for this support. We are talking here the private sector, the public sector, academia, NGOs, and so on. Then, of course, the application will go through evaluation panel of independent, at least 3 independent experts. Yes, the application, for now, we are still not using our portal, electronic portal, which hopefully will come in use in the coming months. For the time being, we'll need the application to be signed by the legal representative yes, submitted through an email which Mark has provided previously in his slides. Ineligible will be those applicants featuring on the MCST non-compliance list. Yes, the application. So the application has to be submitted electronically through to Mark. You have to state that this is the IPAS Plus 2022 application in the email as a heading, and the deadline is 22nd April next month, 22nd April at 11:30 in the evening. All submissions should be signed and dated by the legal representative once again. So for option A, the IPAS should include the application form, the one that is available on the MCST website, the letter of support from all partners, institution, the profile of potential partners, and CVs of the principal investigators from the local and also from the foreign institutions. For option B, we'll need again the application form, the proposed project brief, the profile of the identified consortium members, if this is the case, because as I said, you might be the only applicant for that call, the profile of at least 3 potential proposal writers, and then the track record of the applicant's legal entity. Please note that we have a limit in the email, so any attachments should be not bigger than 6 megabytes. And here are the contacts. These are Mark's contacts. You can see you will receive this presentation after, but I can also put in the chat also my email, just in case you would have some questions related to Horizon Europe. I can also assist you.
Something I might add is that the funds for the option A will be given before. It's pre-financed, while for option B, they are given when you send all the final report with receipts, as Lily was saying. We will reimburse the funds.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any questions, we can answer them now. There is Tony, I think. You can open your mic and ask your question.
Okay, thank you for the illustration. I have a couple of questions, actually. I don't know if they are directed more to Mark or Lily, and they refer mainly to option B. So my first question is, the option B is for applying to Horizon Europe programs. Now, and in the documents, it's asked to provide the call, the ID of the call to which one is applying. Now, I don't know, making a short timeline, if the deadline is April, the result may come out maybe in May, I don't know. But then the work program 2023-24 did not come out. So how can I know to which program I can apply? So my question is, as specifically, I would be interested in applying to work program 11 of Horizon 2020, that is the widening country. And there are the twinning program, the excellence hub programs. Can I use the ID call of past years, expecting that it will come out next year, or does the national contact point of Horizon Europe have the draft programs of the work programs, and I can put that on eventually? So my point, I would like to apply, but for programs 2023, because there is no one 2022 that is of my interest.
Yes, I understand. Yes, we in these situations, we completely understand. And all you need to do, if the call is not published yet, and for the time being, we don't have the drafts, but please do contact us. Tell us which is the call that, for example, you mentioned twinning, I think.
Yes.
So you can just write there that the ID is not yet available, but you are interested in the twinning call of 2023. This will be sufficient. This will be sufficient.
Thank you very much. That's very great. And then I have another question. I don't want to say just one then. You mentioned 3 potential proposal writers.
Yes, but
so which one will it be? Because maybe I have already contact with some and I team good with them up. They know me already, other maybe not. And so one has to start from big. How does it work actually of the 3 who will be chosen?
It's you will be the one who will be choosing them at the end. So it depends also of your procurement rules, internal procurement rules. We are asking for 3 just to make sure that you're doing your marketing research and you would have a choice. But at the end of the day, it's up to you who you're going to choose. And of course, you have to also look at your internal procurement rules. Maybe you would have a procurement rule that will say the cheapest offer or whatsoever, but it's up to you. We do not oblige you to tell us who will be the proposal writer at that point. We just want to see that you are doing a marketing research and you are doing the homework, basically. And someone else asked in the chat if this consultant should be local. It can be local, but it can be from anywhere around the world. We don't have a limit about that. Okay, it's important for us. It's important that the selected consultant at the end of the day will have experience in the program. Okay, so it won't make sense if somebody does not have experience. We'll be helping you. This is the whole idea behind it.
Thank you very much.
But we are very flexible about it. Very, very flexible. We just want to help you to be successful then in Horizon Europe.
Thank you.
Are there any more questions in the chat, Mark?
Yeah, I'm answering the chat questions.
Okay.
If you have any other questions.
Well, if there are no other questions, I can make another question that is the following. It's related to that. Now, the work program is generally for 2 years, 2023, 2024. So for me, it's not clear when I can start option B of IPAS Plus. So if I'm aiming at a work program that comes out a call in 2024, it would be out then, right?
Yes, then you have to apply for a next IPAS call.
Year. So it has to be call 2023. Okay, I see. Thank you.
We have these calls twice a year. So one time in spring and one time in autumn. And then next year will be the same thing. So if you're going to apply for 2024 call, you can apply early next year, let's say, so that you still have time to prepare everything.
Thank you.
But if the call is later on this year, okay, we are talking now. Now the call is closing April 22nd. We'll need a month for evaluation.
Around 1 month, yes. That was for the evaluations, and then we will publish the results.
And then a little bit of time just to sign the grant agreements. Let's say 1-2 weeks. So we are talking that realistically, you should not apply for a call that is earlier than end of July or something like that this year. Okay, for this call. There are quite a lot of calls in September, October, November, December. So this will be the right time to apply for these calls, or even for those that may be January next year, because next call, let's say if we close it October, November, it will be then too late for these calls. That will be January, February, with deadline January, February next year.
Thank you, Lily. So if I understand, the calls targeted go between the end of July 2022 and end of July 2023 at this point, for 1 year, more or less.
Yes, but okay, if we sign the grant agreement in May, it's from May to May.
May to May, yes.
But if something happens, let's say you are not sure about the call next year, but you want to apply now early and prepare, you can always communicate this to us that the call unexpectedly was delayed or something like that, and we can increase the duration of 1 year for a bit longer. But of course, we need to discuss that, not to decide it on your own. We have to be in touch and agree to that.
Thank you very much.
Probably from my experience, the grant agreements will be signed around beginning of June. Because the grant agreement have to be signed by the legal representative of the awardee and then of MCST. So
it does take a bit of time, yeah.
It take a bit of time. So probably for this call they will be signed in June.
So from June to June, then. Not from June, because then realistically you can't then use the help and everything. But let's say late July, so that you have time to actually implement the activities, and then until June next year.
Thank you very much.
There is Lalit that has some questions.
Hello, Mark, and
hi.
This question is with regarding the type grant A. Okay, so what if, because these days COVID restrictions are there and it is quite unpredictable scenario have been during last 2 years, and we don't know what might happen next year. What if the event is not taking place, or what will be done with the grant at that time?
Normally through the last years it was a problem, the COVID, of course, since IPAS is travel related, especially option A. We always considered giving extensions when there were problems regarding traveling. So of course our aim is that the project is successful, all projects. So normally we give extensions if there are problems related to travel.
Okay, and if the event is taken place virtually because of all these restrictions, can we use this for another event, or
it cannot be used for other events, but normally you can make some shifts of funds for maybe publications, and but always related to the same project, because if the award was for a type of projects, we cannot give transfer the funds to other projects.
Okay, but publications can be made.
Yes, it is one of the deliverables that is the eligible criteria for funding.
That's great. Thank you very much indeed.
Any other questions?
Can I use the chance and also invite you to another event that is happening next week for those interested in the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions Doctoral Networks call. So this call is going to be launched now soon, at the beginning of May, and will close in November, 15 November this year. So now is the right time to apply. Whoever is interested to coordinate such call is the right time to apply for the IPAS. Perfectly on time. And we also have a proposal writing event happening next Tuesday at the University of Malta at the newly launched Campus Hub. I can send you the link for registration if you are interested. But just in summary, what this call is about: the call is completely bottom up, so any research field can go for submission. And the idea is that every participant, every beneficiary there would have the chance to hire a PhD student who will be fully paid from the project and will be working on the project for up to 3 years. Other activities are also covered from the funding. It's 100% funded call, and both the academia and non-academia are encouraged to apply. So if you are interested, I will send together when we send the application, the presentation. I also send this link for registration for this event happening Tuesday on 22nd March, if you're interested to attend. Or just in case if you can't make it, but you're interested in the call, you can always contact me and we can discuss your participation.
Something I might add is that for those who have applied, who showed interest for a one-to-one session, when registering for this info session, I will send you an email so that we can fix an appointment for a one-to-one session.
Mm-hmm. There was just another question now in the chat regarding Erasmus Plus. No, you cannot use option B for Erasmus Plus. It's entirely dedicated to Horizon Europe program.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions?